Welcome to Paranormal Headline News. I'm your host, Bonnie Vent. Here are your top stories. Miami Heat won't stay at Haunted Hotel in Milwaukee. Lawsuit claims Paramount stole Paranormal Activity 4 ideas from a pitch meeting. Brought to you by Genesis Creations Entertainment, who's excited to announce their DVDs are now available for rent and download on Amazon.com for as little as $1.99. Search Bonnie Vent on Amazon.com for details. According to 790 The Ticket morning radio show, the Heat decided to stay at a different hotel than usual, primarily because the hotel the team usually stays at in Milwaukee is supposedly haunted. Noah Leigh, a paranormal investigator in Milwaukee, was a guest on 790's Hochman and Zaslow Show and explained how the Pfister Hotel is infamously haunted. Some guests claim to have seen the ghost of the hotel founder, a portly Charles Pfister, wandering the premises. Others say they've seen a light pass through their room only to have the temperature turn immediately cold. The Pfister is where most visiting pro sports teams stay when in Milwaukee. Former San Diego Padre closer Trevor Hochman claims that one particular floor in the hotel emits sounds of rattling chains in the middle of the night. According to one report, Marlins players reportedly demand to share a room when they're in Milwaukee because they're afraid of the ghosts there and usually sleep with baseball bats in hand. Actor Joey Lawrence once stayed there and claims that his daughter's toys turned on by themselves as he nodded off to sleep. The Gray Limestone Luxury Hotel opened back in 1883 and it still apparently sports the decor of the late 1800s, which gives it an old, musty, funky, haunted vibe. Along with reports of the dead founder walking around the corridors, there's also been reports of ghostly dogs and cats haunting the place. Other reports say people have heard disembodied voices in their rooms, seen doors opening and closing on their own, and heard scratching against the walls in the hallway. So, are these the reasons the Heat decided not to stay at the Pfister during its time in Milwaukee? According to the Heat, no. Apparently, the Milwaukee dance sport competition was being held at the hotel, and there was just no room for the team. Writer-director Michael Costanza has sued Paramount and the producers of Paranormal Activity 4, claiming the film used specific concepts from his work without permission and without credit or compensation. Costanza, who directed and wrote the 2002 independent horror film The Collingswood Story, argues in a suit filed in Los Angeles Superior Court that in 2010 he submitted material from that film in a pitch meeting with the producers. The material included details of webcam chats by characters in their late teens. Costanza says he was told at the time that producers Steven Schneider and Spencer Medoff were not interested in his concepts or in making a film based on his Collingwood script, which he had registered with the Writers Guild. He says now that the story he wanted to tell is almost identical to what was later used in Paranormal Activity 4, which was released in 2012. That movie cost about $5 million to make and has grossed more than $138 million worldwide. Costanza is suing for unspecified damages and an order forcing the defendants to destroy all materials based on his concept. According to The Hollywood Reporter, they did reach out to Paramount for comment. Thanks for joining us today on Paranormal News. For more information on these stories, please go to www.sdparanormal.com and the Paranormal News feed page. Don't forget, sign up for a free subscription to Paranormal News. If you'd like to sponsor or advertise on Paranormal News, please send us an email at paraxnews@aol.com or join us at bonnievent.com. Until next time, I'm your host, Bonnie Vent.